When you're drunk and you get your heart broken, and it leaves the scars open. When you can't believe it's over, that's when you get a little older.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys have seen in the past, I have problems sticking to a schedule. I did very well when I was in China, and I just don't do very well here. And I apologize for that. I really do. I'm mad about it too. I'm mad at myself. So my last video was me saying that for Christmas I would be showing you guys something really exciting and awesome, and I just never did that. I know I showed day 1 of the calendar and the rest were like done on Instagram. I don't know if I actually uploaded the last day on YouTube. I like to say I did. I know I recorded a few times of different stuff, so I honestly don't know what's up and what's not up. And again, I am so sorry. I've made this apologizing video a few times, and I am so sorry. This video, as you can tell from the thumbnail, is kind of explaining more into that. So I don't want to make this video too long. I want to get straight to the point. And let's do that. So, again, let's bring up the thumbnail. I am moving once again. This time we have chosen Albania. If you guys have been following me for quite a bit, you'll know that in China, we didn't want to come back to Canada. We wanted to go originally to Poland, and then the war kind of broke out. So we decided, okay, let's just go back home. I was a minor when we went to China, and now that I'm an adult, I needed a new passport and I needed ID with my photo on it, so we needed to come back to Canada for that. Like with the war and everything, we're just like, okay, let's go home. And now we've moved on from Canada. Being here, it hasn't been great. It hasn't been great for the channel either. Once you move out of your home country, you realize what the rest of the world is like, and we've experienced that and we've had a taste of that, and so coming back to Canada, it just wasn't for us anymore. It wasn't what we remembered it to be, which it wouldn't be. We've changed, Canada's changed, and we missed China a few times. We actually were planning on moving back, but we didn't, clearly. And it was actually Christmas morning. So my channel kind of fell down with how kind of our world fell down in Canada. I was bringing my channel back up. I was recording again. And then Christmas morning happened, and it kind of made us realize how alone we are. It's just my mom and I. And we didn't really get any texts from friends because we don't have any family. And the texts we did get, it made us realize, why am I here? When you could just text me while I'm somewhere else. And it just, money has been super tight, especially when we were used to China. It's not a great life. Here's just surviving, and we don't want to live like that. Our health has deteriorated. Since we've lived here. It's just so many things. And so my mom and I, from Christmas Day, started looking into moving. And originally we planned on Georgia. Canadians get a full year there, visa free, and be on permanent vacation for a year, and then you gotta look at like visas, or you can leave the country and then go back in, but obviously that's not too great. So that was an option, and then another option would have been being a nomad and just living here for 3 months, there for 3 months, there for 6 months, depending on how long you can stay in each country. There's also, we were planning on Europe, there's also the Shenzhen that you have to be aware of, and Shenzhen is like its own country, but it takes up a bunch of other countries. So we're looking at that. If you're from Europe, you understand, you know what I'm talking about. And then we were looking at videos on YouTube, and we found this girl who recently moved to Bulgaria, and she was talking about how she did think of Georgia and she thought of Albania as options. And then we were like, Albania? So we took a look at Albania, and that is where we seem to be trekking. My collection I have started to get rid of, and that is why I'm posting this video. Sorry about the video quality on here. As you can guys see, it's quite a mess. Don't mind the background. I have re-recorded this video several times, including this very one. I'm probably going to use the intro to some of them that I've recorded, and like past videos, little snips and bits that still apply, because there's been plenty of changes. First, I was going to sell most of my collection, excluding these guys, to a lady down by where I live. She sells secondhand LPS, and long story short, she was super mean and just basically wanted to scam me out of my LPS. So we went to another place. Thankfully, I worked with a girl that her dad sells like LPS kind of stuff. So we went to him, and he doesn't know too much about LPS, but he's like, you know what, like, I don't know too much about LPS, but what you got here is precious. And he was going to give me $1,000 for the whole lot, but he doesn't have that kind of money. So that fell through. I have to call him later on today, so by the time this video gets out, I will know if his friend like will buy it, and then he'll sell it on eBay. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting it on my Instagram. Now, the whole lot I was selling for $1,000, and that's just to get rid of it, just to help with funds for travel. Like I said, I will take some snippets from other videos I've recorded in the past. You guys know by now we're going to Albania, selling most of my collection. I will let you know in wording down here if it's on my Instagram or if it will be. Yeah. So, I am in the middle of packing, as you can see. Recently learning, when I was talking to that first lady, she wanted a quote, and I was like, I don't know. These things are literally irreplaceable. I don't know what the price would be, so you give me a number and I'll say okay. That's all I wanted out of this. I didn't want the stress. She made me stress. So I actually looked into it a little bit more. Before, I thought these meant more of like a Hasbro. I'm all over the place, sorry guys. I thought these were like a Hasbro standard thing, so like they weren't up to Hasbro standard, so they weren't sold in stores kind of thing. Apparently that's not the case. Apparently it means that this pet is a prototype that Hasbro would send the factory in China to basically assemble the pet just like this one. So I did keep this pet because I learned that it's a prototype, and I was planning on keeping it anyway. I really like that pet. So yeah, so I learned what those are. I have a Valentine's prototype in there, in box. I would like to keep that one, so we'll see how that goes. Obviously I'm pretty full here, but we'll see. Ugh. Yeah, so these are the pets I'm planning on keeping. Most of it is actually accessories and like backgrounds and stuff. I have yet to even pack my backgrounds, like my paper backgrounds, but most of it's like couches and chairs and stuff. But I did want to ask you guys, and that's the purpose of this video, should I keep these guys in box? Like I said, I'm going to Europe. They have a European exclusive there. So I want to know, should I keep this in box to bring it there? I'm not attached to this set, so if somebody wanted to buy it in Europe really, really bad, I'd be open to it. I just think it's more cool to have it in box. I was going to keep it in box. There's a fly. There's a fly flying around my head. I was going to keep this set in box anyway, even if I wasn't moving. So in here are the rest of my LPS that I will be keeping. There's this one. That has already flown around the world with me already, so why not do it again? Main fives, all nice and cozied up. Accessories, stuff like that. A pet in box, pet in box, pet in box. This is actually the one that I was supposed to reveal on Christmas Day. Never got around to it. I'm so sorry. I will reveal this in Europe. Come along for our journey. And then there's this honkin' thing. It's taller than this side. Let me know, guys, what you would sell these for. What do you think they would go for? I will have it down in writing here if the stuff will be / is on my Instagram for sale. Yeah, let me know. I even accept trades, so I would trade a main 5, for example, for one of the sets in box. I really want the Collie 1262 or something like that. 2 different colored eyes. That blonde Collie with like the little highlights, I really like that one. Certain main 5s I would trade. But majority of the stuff probably asking for money because it would be going towards going to Europe. It would help us for our apartment when we first get there, our funds for bringing our dogs, everything. So yeah. But yeah, if you guys have any advice, leave it down below, and I will see you guys at some point soon. Our official flight is booked for March 31st, so I will give you guys updates on Instagram. It's a lot of work to put it on YouTube, as you can tell. I've recorded so many videos by now. But yeah, let me know down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!